Good morning, futures traders. Today is Wednesday, November 5th, the time 10 o'clock. So I thought I'd share with you the performance since we began with Praedox Assistant when we went live in September with it. And what this is my trade journal that I've been tracking with daily since our go live. So let's dig into it. So this is representation of my evals and my funded accounts total. And it goes anywhere from 5 to 28, depending on the day. So I tend to trade them in groups so that I don't, get exposure to all 28 at the same time. So some days I'll trade 10, some days I'll trade all 28, some days I'll trade 5. So it varies. But so you can see here, we started out in September. It was a good month. Again, a lot of small wins because, again, what we do is promote power of quitting. So if we win on our first trade and we're green, we just stop. Even if it's $54, we practice good discipline with this. The same thing goes for a loss. If we lose on our first trade, we don't revenge trade. We don't over trade. We don't look for other trades. We stop. And that seems to be working very well for a lot of our traders in our Praedox trading community. So you can see here, again, this goes across all the accounts. You can see that we had a good month. There's some days I didn't even trade because I was either out of the office, playing in a golf tournament, or had other appointments. So you can see that was the month of September. We go to October. We had 2 losses here. And again, you can see we go across all the accounts some days. Okay. Well, we had a really good day on the 28th here where we traded a lot of the accounts. We had another good trade on Monday, the 3rd. So you get a good feel for what the performance looks like. And again, there's a lot to be said about the power of quitting. Okay. And then November so far, that was our loss on the 27th of October. You can see here is our October. And then we have 2 days so far that I traded in November. Didn't trade yesterday. Traded today. Probably trade tomorrow and Friday. Okay. So the performance so far has been great. It showed the same way in our beta testing as well. So let me give you an idea on how we do this. So here is Praedox Trader's Assistant with price action. Okay, so here's how we do it. We use Praedox Trader's Assistant, like I said, with price action. So what is Praedox Trader's Assistant? Well, it's just that. It is an assistant that you can monitor and manage trading. You can trade it in a manual mechanism way, or you could trade it in an automated way. So right now I am in the manual mode. And what this includes is our price action filter indicator here, which will actually show you real-time price action formations as they are occurring. Okay, so you can see every few bars if it finds bullish or bearish price action patterns, and these are the price action patterns that are the strongest, let's say, and it will actually look for price action interbar, so you can see what is the potential pattern that is forming for price action, and then once the bar is closed, it'll either keep it or basically say that it didn't meet the criteria for that bearish or bullish pattern. So you can see right here, we're having a bearish pattern form interbar, but at the end of this bar, if it doesn't close as that pattern, this will go away. So you can see we had a tweezer top here, we had a bearish engulfing here, and then what you see price action move down. Now, with that said, like I said, you can trade Praedox Trader's Assistant manually, or you can trade it automated. I'd say semi-automated. And what you'll see our signals. So at the open, we had pre-market, we had a continuation trade. Here, we had a breakout trade to the downside here as well. If you turned it on, my recommendation is you don't turn it on. You wait first couple of bars to see where price settles, because again, it's the NASDAQ. and it tends to whipsaw at the open before it actually gets into some kind of trending. So you can see here that we started in a pretty tight range here. We were going back and forth here, and we really didn't get the breakout until right around here, where we had an aggressive breakout to the upside, which would have been a winner. And again, we go after the first target of 40 ticks, but we move to break even after we hit 30 ticks, and we try to lock in at least 20 ticks. So break even plus 20. And a lot of times we'll get that 20 ticks, which is about $200, or we go to the full target and then we have our runner. So you can see here, after waiting, these bars are pretty large, so we're not getting in any trades here as a result of it. Large bar protection will keep us out of that. We don't get any trades pre-market either at this point. So again, our first good trade, we had a possible breakout here, but it would not have validated because we didn't get to push to the downside. So we had our EMA breakout to the upside, would have gotten our quick $200 profit, and we would have been done. But if we decided we were going to continue, we did get an aggressive breakout to the downside here. And again, we would have easily hit our 40 tick target or our break even plus 20 here as well. And again, what you do is you look to see, we had a bullish pattern here on a down signal. So we would have canceled that order if we were in automated mode, right? Because again, we had a bullish pattern forming, and we did not want to take a short trade when there was possibly a bullish pattern forming. In this case, we did, and you can see.